What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. I've got another video for you today where I'm going to be telling you stories from my past. The last video like this absolutely popped off. I got loads of likes and people messaging me on WhatsApp laughing their head off, saying they can't believe that this happened and going over all the stories. So I decided to make another one for you today. Guys, if you like what you see, please go ahead and like the video. Just like the last video, it shows me that you like what you're seeing, so I can make more videos like this in the future. Also, subscribe to the channel to show your support. I am trying to get to 100 subscribers and I am seeing my subscriber count grow slowly. A lot of you are not subscribed to the channel who are watching the videos, so please go ahead and subscribe. As always, I'm going to try to include videos and pictures where I can to support the stories. Let's get right into the video. Alright, so we're going back a couple of years for this one. I believe it was 2019. We went to Cancun in Mexico. A lot of you may already know, for those of you that are friends or family, every time I go on holiday, I always manage to get the shits. I don't know how I do it, but somehow I always manage it. Even if I end up going there having bottled water, only eating food that I can rely on, no fish, no meat, no cheese, that kind of stuff. If I only stuck to chips and fries, I probably still get the shits anyway. So we're in Cancun and the inevitable happens. I end up getting the shits. It wasn't too bad, but when you're out in public, let's say visiting shopping centers, malls, that kind of stuff, you end up getting loads of anxiety and it probably hits you more than it should. So we've gone to a sort of shopping center. It's about midday and we're just looking for stuff like accessories and collectibles that we can get for families, fridge magnets, that kind of stuff. We're out and I end up needing a shirt. Now, I end up needing it quite badly. I'm running around like frantically trying to look for a toilet. Everyone there is pretty much Mexican, all the locals. They've got their own stores up where they're selling, collectibles, that kind of stuff. So I'm thinking, how am I going to ask someone for the toilet? They may not know it in English. So I end up going to this guy's little store that he's got up, and the word for toilet in Spanish, which is what they speak in Mexico, is baño or mano. Either one of them they'd probably get. But so I've learned this before going, because obviously I know me in particular, I'll need it. So I've gone to this guy and I've forgotten the word. So I'm going to this guy and he's looking at me, he's like, yeah, and I'm like, I don't know how to say it yet. So I'm like, Vanya? And he's like, what? And I'm like, Vanya? Vanya? And he's just like, I don't know what the hell you're saying. I'm like, Banyo? And he's just like scratching his head. And I'm like, I don't know what the word is yet. I'm like, I'm like muttering it under my breath, yeah, because I don't want to look like an idiot, yeah. In the end, he doesn't know what the hell I'm going on about. I don't know what the hell he's saying. In the end, I end up showing my finger like this for toilet. I'm like, toilet, like this, yeah. And he's like, oh, yes, toilet, this way. I'm such an idiot. Instead of trying to speak English with him in the first place, I end up trying to speak Spanish and looking like an absolute dick. I should have just asked him in English. It turns out he knew what English, he knew English quite well. It was broken, but he knew what toilet was. He's like, yeah, this way. And he shows me where it is. I'm like, oh my God. And I didn't know what to say to this guy. So I'm like, Banyo. And he's just like looking at me like, this guy is mad. He's like thinking, am I drunk or something? Anyway, that's the story about me making a fool of myself in Cancun. For the next one, this was a couple of years ago, probably 5 years actually. So I work for a university that is partnered by Leicester City Football Club, and I was a part of their staff team, and we ended up winning a cup of some sort, and we got treated by the captain at that point, the CEO of the university. I used to play for the staff team, so did he. He took us out to some fancy restaurant, and as a surprise, he bought a football player to have dinner with us, right? So we're all out. I'm not gonna mention the football player's name to just hold his integrity, but he may or may not have been a Leicester City player. He may or may not have been a left back, and the picture may or may not appear on the screen right now of who he was. Anyway, we're out having dinner with this guy. He is known to be a practical joker, and he's sitting opposite me on this table, right? So we're having dinner, we've finished it, and it comes to desserts. Now, everyone's obviously using their napkins, tissues, whatever you want to call it, right? So he's sitting opposite me, and he tries to get my attention. He's doing this, yeah? So I look at him, and I'm wondering, what's this guy doing? So there's a guy sitting next to him, so he grabs his napkin, his tissue without him seeing. He grabs it and he slides it along the table, and he picks it up. He gets it, and he blows his nose into it. So he goes, blows his nose into it, yeah? He folds it up, and he ends up sliding it back into the underneath the guy's elbow, like next to him, yeah? So he's just doing this to me. He's like, shh, doing that to me, yeah? I'm like, no, I can't do my teammate dirty like this, yeah? I want to see what happens. So anyway, the guy ends up picking up the napkin, yeah? He ends up opening it, and he wipes his mouth with it, and I'm going, like, I'm all gagging, and the football player, he's dying, he's absolutely crying, I'm gagging, I'm laughing as well, there's tears coming down my face. The guy next to him is wondering what the hell's going on, the whole table's wondering what's going on, and me and him just have this private joke between us. And since that day, even when he was leaving, he was telling me to shh, he was going shh, not to tell anyone. This guy, I can't believe he did that. The football player was absolutely dying. The guy's wiped his mouth with his napkin that the football player's blown his nose into. I ended up tweeting this guy. I'll see if I can find the tweet. If I can find the tweet, it'll appear on the screen right now, which he ended up liking. But yeah, he even acknowledged a couple of months later, I believe, or like a couple of weeks later, that this practical joke happened, and it's still a secret between us. Right, this next one is really, really funny. It goes back to when I was in secondary school, or Americans might call it high school. We had to pick up another language as well as English, obviously a second language. So I chose Gujarati. Now, Gujarati is a bit of a cheat code for me because it is what I speak at home to my family, especially my mom. And I'm very fluent in it, and it was an easy GCSE for me. So this one day in our Gujarati class, we were learning different fruits and veg, right? So the teacher, Gujarati teacher's got this slideshow going on the massive whiteboard, and she basically says whatever appears on the screen, you have to basically say what the word is in Gujarati. So when she starts the PowerPoint, she's obviously run PowerPoint, but she didn't have it in presenter mode, so I could see all the slides on the side and what was coming up. And I noticed one of them was grapes. Now, some of you may already know grapes in Gujarati is said D-R-A-X, drax, right? So I knew this, and I thought I could cause a bit of mayhem. So she's run the slideshow, and she's going through it, and I know the fourth slide has grapes on it. So The third slide finishes, she presses next. As soon as the fourth slide kicks in, I just very loudly, I power up and I go, Drax! Really loud, insanely loud, yeah? And she gets really, really angry. She's like, can you not shout out, please? What do you think you're doing? This is a zoo. She just starts going off on one, yeah? And everyone's dying. They're wondering like how I knew so quickly, but obviously I was fluent at Gujarati and I saw what was coming up. Anyway, so she's practicing with us, she's testing us, she's going through the slideshow, and she repeats it. So obviously I've been saying all the words going along. So she goes to slide 1, slide 2, slide 3 kicks in, and then slide 4 again. It popped as soon as she hits next again. I power up and I go, Drax, really loud, right? She's like to me, what's wrong with you? Do you not understand? I told you not to shout. This isn't a zoo. Do you want a detention, a referral? If you do that again, you're going to get one. So I'm like, okay, my bad, yeah. She starts going through the slideshow again. She gets to the end. She's gone over vegetables, that kind of stuff. She's back on fruit, right? She's gone over the slideshow. She's gone to slide 1, slide 2, slide 3. Slide 4, she's about to press it. And this time, yeah, I'm sitting in the corner and she looks at me like this. She knows what's coming. She knows it. She can predict it, yeah? She looks at me like this. She presses the 4th slide. This time, I say absolutely nothing. I say nothing at all. The whole class, they shout Drax. They say Drax, normal voice, normal volume, loudness. And then she looks at me and she goes, she starts going off on one again. She's like, what's wrong with you? I told you not to shout. But I didn't say you don't say the word at all. If you stop messing around, the next time it comes up and you mess around, you're going to get a detention or referral, all this sort of stuff. Yeah, she's going mental. She's known at our school for being really aggressive and really strict, right? Anyway, she goes over the slide, goes over some other transport cars, ships, what you call them, and then she comes back to it. At the end of the lesson, she comes back to it. One final time she comes back to it. And, you know, when you're young, right, you want to be that jester. You want to be that clown of the classroom. You think it's cool. You want to mess around. You get a bit of laughs. Everyone, the guys laugh with you, that kind of stuff. Anyway, she goes through slide 1. She goes through slide 2. She goes through slide 3. She's about to click on slide 4. She just looks at me square on in my eyes. She just looks at me like this. And she gives me this little nod like this, a subtle, very subtle nod. She does this. She goes, and I know what I need to do. I know it's my destiny. I know it's fate and what I need to do. She doesn't know what I'm going to do, and I don't even know how she's going to respond. It's just tense, the whole classroom. You could just feel the tension, right? The assistant in the classroom, she's looking at me. I look over to her like this. She just looks at me and she does this. She knows it, and I look at her and I do this. She presses the button. It comes up. What do? Drax! She presses escape on the PowerPoint. Right, I told you not to mess around. Detention, referral, go stand outside the head of year, their office. I'm sick of this. You're coming in on a Friday, all this nonsense. I'm like, oh my God. I knew what was going to happen. I had to do it. It was destiny. I had to do it. Her detentions were usually on a Friday. Little does she know, I've done all of this with a lot of planning. What is Friday? Friday after school is cricket practice. I am in the cricket team. I've done this with a lot of planning. She gives me detention, referral, all that sort of stuff. I show up for detention on Friday. So does the cricket coach, the teacher that leads the cricket team. They are both arguing galore. The Gujarati teacher is saying, no, he's acting like a fool. You can't let him get away with it. He needs to sit there in this detention. The cricket teacher, the cricket coach is arguing back, saying, no, he's a vital part of the squad, blah, blah, blah. He needs to attend cricket practice. He needs to be in the next match. They're both having a go at each other. But the one advantage I had and the planning that I used, I knew that the cricket coach was also head of Mr. Moyes. So he fights my cause. I get out of detention. While I'm walking out, I've got my PE kit in the back. I turn to the teacher while I'm walking out and I just give her a little wink. I just give her a little wink so she knows. She just looks at me. She's got this smirk on her face and she just shakes her head. She knew she got played. Don't play yourself. She got done. I planned it all perfectly. Anyway, that was the last story of this video. That's the end of the video. If you liked this video, please go ahead and like the video. I've got many more stories, more to come on this channel. Please go ahead and subscribe too. Subscribing to the channel is much appreciated. It shows a lot of support and it goes a long way. I'll be back next time. Look out for more videos on this channel. Take care of yourself. Peace.